The upcoming update for XRP is going to be really wild. Indeed, you are going to adore it. Here is a wealth of knowledge to be found. Here we have China Stand-Grabber putting on a show for us. He allowed me to obtain some clips. In addition to that, I have some items from Hong Kong. In addition to tokenized deposits, he is responsible for ECBDC work. That is an enormous amount. Regarding RURLUSD, I have several clips here for you. At the same time, I have information regarding how it is functioning, and that is what is taking place. XRP has seen a price glitch of $62,000, which is crazy to say the least. There are some items that I have from Monica Long. Guys, you absolutely must watch the entirety of this video. To be serious, let's get started with this. Please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel if you have not already done doing so. We're working towards reaching 40,000 now. With your assistance, I will be able to accomplish it. Many thanks to you. It is not going up at all. However, I am not here to become wealthy in a hurry. Without a doubt, I'm here to amass a fortune. In terms of money, I have a temporal horizon of 10 years, 20 years, and generational wealth. Bitcoin and XRP are both long-term strategies that I am utilizing, and I also have other cryptocurrencies that I can profit from in the near term. I am also utilizing Bitcoin as a long-term plan. As a result, I have exit targets on it for the years 2024 and 2025. Nevertheless, if it does not meet the departure targets, I will keep that things for dear life in order to ensure that my family will have riches for future generations. Not only is Bitcoin listed on the website of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission CFTC, but XRP is also one of the few cryptocurrencies that has regulatory certainty. It has a solution that is applicable to the actual world. This kind of technology is essential for financial institutions. They have a genuine leadership team, they have a real-world solve, and I believe that Ripple will eventually become a bank. This brings us to the third point. As a result, I was able to put my words into action. This information comes from Chad Timegrabber. You are correct in assuming that she obtained Forge, BBVA, Desi Bank, Dega Bank, VP Bank, BP Bank, BCB Group, ARKX, TOG, Union Bank, DBS, Zodiac Custody, Rule Match, ZDX, and then GoFintech following that. As a result, some of those banks are located in this area. In addition to that, Chad connected this to Desi Bank, Ripple, Custody, and the European Central Bank. The institutional digital asset custody solution that Desi has developed was recently introduced. Towards the end of the previous year, Ripple collaborated with the technology company Medico. On the other hand, tokenized securities are on the way there. It is all going to be coming to ledgers, whether it be stocks or bonds. It is all going to be coming. Alright, so here is the ledger for your XRP. Would you say that you have the private ledger on the side now? These are going to eventually become a part of the real ledger, but in the meantime, you have tokenization that refers to the real world. Are you sure you have oil? The precious metals gold and silver, as well as any form of paperwork, wills, your home, and according to your statement, you have private ledgers, retail banks, and liquidity providers. Private ledgers are what central banks, CBDC in the world. It's everything right here. The trust and charter are standard. Ripple, the financial institution that Ripple entered and purchased. On top of that, you have Hong Kong is increasing its EHKD. According to the information provided, the Hong Kong Monetary Authority HKAM has entered the second phase of the EHKD, which currently includes BlackRock. The Hong Kong Monetary Authority HKMA provides a separate stablecoin treasury sandbox in addition to an EHKD sandbox for CBDs and tokenized deposits. As a result, it is stated that the project scope would grow to include tokenized deposits, diverging from its initial concentration on retail central digital currency CBDC. You can literally feel it coming. At this time, 5,515 RULC were issued by the RLUSD Treasury Department. There is a maximum supply of 6,000 RLUSD, RLSD, RLSUD. Pardon me, man, I tend to get it incorrect every time. This is an extremely early hour. In terms of the real-world use case, this is not an extremely bullish statement. Nevertheless, it does indicate that our time is drawing near. In light of the fact that they are already sending Gary over to the court, I do not believe that the SEC will appeal XRP. I also created a video on that, and it is possible that it may be released before that. There is a lack of regulatory clarity or consensus over which tokens may or may not be sold in accordance with investment contracts. This is a particular issue with cryptocurrency. In my opinion, that is completely accurate. To conceal the lack of clarity in the regulatory framework, we have adopted a legally imprecise perspective. On the other hand, there is a case to be made saying that you want this, and that in fact, it would be preferable if all of this business were taking place in the United States. It is you who mentions an SPF. There is no doubt that the Bahamas were the location of that event. Also, a great number of people were attempting to accomplish things in other locations. The situation would be different if there was a genuine government in this place that everyone could rely on, if we had regulations that we had set, and if there were no doubts about whether you were going to go over the queue or if you were falling behind. What do you think about that? Those are things that I believe we do have. I take it you believe those lines are real. Consequently, why do many who work in the sector claim that they are unaware of the standards that govern their profession? You should go after him. It is not the same thing as saying that there are no rules if you do not like the rules. In my opinion, there are a number of people who have made money off of the public's interest in this sector, but they have made money without providing the appropriate disclosures. Also, there are business structures that are intrinsically fraught with a great deal of conflict, and the consequences of that have been observed time and again outside of the realm of cryptocurrency. Outside of cryptocurrency, we have witnessed what occurs when there is such an inherent conflict. So Andrew, we have a total of 90 years of experience with this product. In a reasonable way, it functions. We have found the deepest and most does it function properly. Do you believe that this is functioning effectively? As part of our efforts to improve the efficiency of the equities markets, we are working to make them more efficient. Believe that you are getting closer to top-tier cryptocurrency. That is how I see it. Oh, what is that? I believe that you are getting closer to top-tier cryptocurrency. The benefit of the top tier is that I don't believe you consider it to be a monolith. But you've mentioned that you've been progressing to the point where you are now. Which altcoins are you now using, Joe? Where are you at? 1 or 200,000 of them are present. Joe, tell me where you are. As soon as you walked in, you stated that it is likely that I only had Bitcoin. And you pretend as if it is fine with me, because I don't own all of the rubbish, which is what I believe you were thinking. As a result, I have the impression. Garbage was the word you used. It's true. But may I be wrong? The word in question was not of that nature. In point of fact, Joe used a more forceful word for the general people, which was rubbish. Do you see that it is probably going to be around for a while and that it is something that could be useful? I did, but are you warming up to the idea? When I was teaching pupils 4 or 5 years ago, I repeated this statement to them. I am aware of this, but you did not mention it to me while you were the chairman of the SEC. Yes, you are correct. It is unlikely that this industry will continue to exist for very long without the protection of investors or consumers. The second point is that many of these projects are attempting to generate money by appealing to the public's interest, and this is without condemning anyone in particular. Raise money, which means that you are putting in place the traditional protections that are associated with securities. You are free to choose whether to go long or short on these projects. However, you are required to provide disclosures. With regard to Bitcoin, both my predecessor and I have stated that it is not a security yet. You now have a means by which you can physically express your opinion on the matter. Invest in it by purchasing things that are sold on exchanges. Trade it on the New York Stock Exchange, where it is traded on the NASDAQ. I take it you also deal with XRP at this point. Could you not? When you look ahead 20 years, what do you anticipate the role of Bitcoin will be in our communities? No, I am not sure. Is it $5 or $10 million? No, I am not sure. Take, for example, the fact that there are 7 billion people on the planet. At this point, I am not going to make any predictions about anyone. Many millions of dollars are likely to be involved. Now, let me just say that I really enjoy watching this video clip. It's a matter of honor, XRP will do things that you wouldn't expect, so you keep your mouths shut. Simply put, I love that. Not a problem. All right, there's a fresh XRP bug this morning. 62,000 XRP for each individual. In the event that an additional piece costs $62,000 tomorrow, what would you do? If I were to take a lengthy vacation, you couldn't expect to see me for quite some time. On the other hand, I would have my camera and my computer with me wherever I went, and I might even make a video right now and then. On the other hand, considering that I would be out spending my money, you also have the new dollar dividend that is about to be released, right? Own a portion of the United States of America. Isn't it what you call money reimagined? I am willing to bet that all of this is going to be tokenized. Okay, here it is for you to take. The cryptocurrency Monaco Long this morning, Erie, the finest coin to Japan, published the interview that they had with Monaco Long, the president of Ripple. It's 3 points. Make it stand out. In nations or territories outside of the United States where it already possesses a license, the Ripple USD stablecoin is the first cryptocurrency to be introduced. In the wake of our early problems, we will be focusing on improving our understanding of how to penetrate new markets such as Japan. There you have it. A few days ago, I created a video on this topic, in which I discussed everything related to the fact that Japan is going to be connected with other countries in a significant way through the use of Ripple stablecoin. XRP and stablecoins, USCT and USTC, are already being utilized by our payment system service,